In this video, we'll demonstrate how to use the MU Bill or Refund Estimate tool in the OFS Budget Workbook. The OFS Budget Workbook is a free tool that students can use to plan for their educational and living expenses. It includes budget templates, financial goal-setting prompts, an expense tracker, and the MU Bill or Refund Estimate that we'll demonstrate today. Let's start with Step 1, estimating your MU bill for the upcoming semester. Here, you'll enter your specific costs, including tuition, fees, housing, and dining. If you're unsure of the exact amounts, check Mizzou's tuition rates, dining plan costs, and housing rates online. A link to each of these is included for your convenience. You can also use the net price calculator or the university's cost of attendance estimates if you need a quick approximation. In this scenario, the student expects their billed expenses to be $16,450. Now we'll move on to Step 2 and 3, where you'll estimate your bill before applying any student loans. The resulting amount is your funding gap that may be paid with a combination of savings, income, and student loans. Here, you'll see fields to enter any scholarships or grants you've been awarded. Plug in the amount you'll receive for the semester, then note the difference between your total bill and the scholarships that you have. In this scenario, the resulting balance will be $13,200. Mizzou's payment plan allows you to spread your bill across 4 monthly installments in the fall or spring. Here, the monthly installment payment is projected to be $3,300. If the balances are too large to manage comfortably with savings or monthly income, student loans may be available to cover remaining costs. Next, Steps 4 and 5 will help you plan for borrowing. If you determine that you will need student loans, first review your federal subsidized and unsubsidized loan options in your financial aid package. Information about your financial aid package is in Mizzou. There are annual limits to the amount of federal student loans a student is eligible to receive, so the federal direct subsidized and unsubsidized options may not meet your full need. If additional loans are necessary, you can apply for Federal Plus loans at www.studentaid.gov or private loans available through banks and credit unions. You can click on a link for each type of loan to learn more about that option. In this scenario, the student has accepted a $5,500 federal student loan, the maximum amount a dependent undergraduate student is initially offered. Loans that a student or parent requests are automatically split between the 2 semesters. There is sometimes a small origination fee charged by the lender. This fee is why you may see a small reduction in your approved amount when it posts to your billing account. In this case, the $5,500 is divided in half and an origination fee is applied, resulting in a payment to the student account of about $2,700 each semester. While federal subsidized and unsubsidized loans don't require a credit check, Federal Plus and private loans do require a credit check for the applicant and cosigner when applicable. Student loan borrowers should be actively managing their credit history to access these loans at the lowest possible interest rates. Students can schedule consultations with the Office for Financial Success to learn how to build and manage their credit. When you enter the loan amounts you're considering into the OFS Budget Workbook, it will show you whether you have excess funds paid back to you as a refund, or if you still have a balance owed. If you plan to cover some of your costs through family or student wages, adjust the loan amounts until the installment payment is one that you can comfortably afford in your budget. For example, if I'm working a part-time job and can afford about $400 per month towards my installment payment, I will adjust the loan amounts until the installment payment reads a number that I can reasonably afford in my monthly budget. You can project that the balance owed will be similar for both the fall and spring semesters, so you'll double the amount of loans in Step 4 to determine the total amount of loans you'll need this year. We also recommend simulating future borrowing needs using this tool. By projecting your total borrowing, you can make more informed decisions about applying for scholarships, summer work, and living expenses through graduation. These steps will ensure that you are limiting borrowing as much as possible. Now let's move on to Step 6, using the information to inform your monthly budget. At the bottom of the tool, you'll find information that you can use to inform your monthly budget. On the left, you'll see your monthly installment payments with and without student loans. In this scenario, the student has determined that they can afford a $400 per month installment payment, or about $1,600 per semester, by working part-time. They can use the tool to decide what amount of student loans will result in an installment payment that they can comfortably afford with their wages. The section on the right will allow you to budget a potential refund across a semester so you don't run out of funding too early. Let's look at an example of living off campus. In this example, the student wouldn't have any on-campus meal plan or housing that they're billed by Mizzou. So the loan amounts that they've selected would result in a refund of $1,822. If they need to use that refund for 5 months during the semester, they could reasonably project a monthly income from financial aid of $364.40. If they need more than that amount to cover their living expenses, you can adjust the numbers from the section above until you find an amount that meets your monthly needs. On the other hand, if you've overestimated the amount of loans you may need, and the number you see here is more than you actually need, you can go back and adjust the loan amounts until you find a number that just meets your needs. At the bottom of the tool, you'll see resources such as the FAFSA, your federal student aid account, an overview of student loan options, and locations to find undergraduate and graduate scholarships, as well as links to the 3 Mizzou financial resources. And that's it. You've estimated your bill, identified any funding gap, evaluated your need to borrow, and created a plan to manage your semester finances. If you have questions or need further guidance, remember, you can schedule a one-on-one consultation with the Office for Financial Success. Thanks for watching, and we hope that this was helpful for your financial planning.